said, what is 2x plus 3? That means you need to write down 2 as a factor 5 times. And then as you can see, you have to take 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3, which gets this. And then because if 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3 equals 4x squared plus 12x plus 9, then it's going to equal 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 when you do the exact same thing. So I just said both of these are 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. And then I multiplied these and got this polynomial, but I still had to multiply by 2x plus 3 again, and I distributed, did all the work, and it takes a long time. Okay, so what we're going to learn today is how can we do this so that it doesn't take up half a page, because if you do this by hand, you're bound to make mistakes. Okay, I mean, even myself, you can see a couple times where I made mistakes and I had to go back through and fix it. Okay, and so this triangle is called Pascal's triangle. It's a guy named Pascal, and the triangle of ones. Okay, and notice there are ones all the way down the diagonals. This triangle continues forever. And in the quiz, you're going to have to add on a few more lines this Friday. Okay? So when I look for a pattern, I remember it's 1, 1, 1, and 1's down the side, and then 2 from 1 plus 1. That's before? Yes. And then 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, 3 plus 1 is 4, 1 plus 4 is 5, 4 plus 6 is 10. And when you add them, you put them in the middle, right? And so this triangle goes forever. Now, we call the first row, row 0. And that's where kids get confused. These rows can go on forever. Right? So the problem I want to show you is how to use this triangle to do all of this work and get the same answer without doing as much. Okay? And so, what is the expansion of 2x plus 3 to the fifth power using Pascal's triangle? So I'm definitely going to keep Pascal's triangle handy. Okay. Why don't you leave a little spot, start copying with me. Okay, I don't want to pause in the video. So the first thing you do is, what is the exponent? 5. And so you look at the fifth row. The fifth row is 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. You're going to copy that down. 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay. Second, you're going to take this 2x and you're going to copy that down all the way down. You're also going to copy down the 3 all the way. And your next step is, what power is power? And so this one, you're going to do 5, and here you're going to do 0. Okay? Had that been to the 6th power, that'd be a 6. And what you're going to do is you're going to count down. So it's going to be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And this one will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And with those 3 things, you're going to actually multiply them. Okay? Now you may get lost in the math, even though this is Algebra 2 math at this point. But what it's going to do, like this first row, is going to produce 32x to the 5th, I promise. And then this row will produce 240x to the 4th. And then the third row will produce 720x to the 3rd. And all you got to do is do the math. Okay. A few things to keep in mind to make this easier. What is anything to the 0 power? Incorrect. Anything to the 0 power is always 1. Okay? And anything times 1 is itself, right? Okay? Because anything times 1 is itself. Quiz this Friday, I'm going to have this really long expression. And it's going to be to the 0 power. And all you have to do is put down the number 1, and you'll get it correct. Half of you will miss it. Okay? So it'll be like, what is 2x to the 5th plus 3x to the 4th plus 2x plus x to the 0 power? And all you have to do is write down the number 1. It'll be on the quiz. Okay? But for here, 3 to the 0 is 1, so we'll just cross it off. And then here, 2x to the 0 is 1, so we can cross that off. Now, do you guys remember when you have two things inside of a parenthesis, you're supposed to raise them both to that power? So I need to take 2 to the 5th and x to the 5th, and then multiply that by 1. Okay, what is 2 to the 5th? 32. And if someone could have a calculator handy, it'll make it easy. Now 32 times 1 is, but I also had to take x to the 5th. Okay? Times 2 to the 4th times x to the 4th times 3 to the 1. Right? You never type x in your calculator when you do a calculation. So this part, I'll just pull over here, x to the 4th. Okay? But I need to type in my calculator. You can type it in all at once. What is 5 times 2 to the 4th times 3 to the 1? Just type it all in at once. Okay? So 5 times 2 to the 4th times 3 to the 1. That's at 16, 48, 240? Notice what we've gotten back so far is 32x to the 5th and 240x to the 4th. Okay? Next, 10. Well, I'm going to go ahead and copy down x to the 3rd over here. 2 to the 3rd. 2 to the 3rd, 8 times 9 is what? 8 times 9 is 72. And then times 10 would be 720. So it's 720x to the 3rd. And I can't always do these in my head, but that was an easy one. And then here, 2 to the 2nd is 4. 3 to the 3 is 27. Right? So you have 27 times 4 is 108. And then times 10 would be adding a 0, 1080. Right? And again, you could just use a calculator if you're not good at computing. And x squared. Here, 2 to the 1 is 2. 3 to the 4, let's see, 3 times 3 is 9, would be 9 twice, 81. 81 times 2 is 162. And then 162 times 5 is 810. 810, x to the 1. And then down here, 3 to the 5th times 1 is 243. Now from there, your answer depends on this sign, okay? Our sign's a plus sign. So your answer is just going to be, and you need to actually write this down, 32x to the 5th plus 240 x to the 4th plus 720 x to the 3rd plus 1 x squared plus 810x plus 243. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that was a lot easier than doing this, right? Especially what if that ends up being like to the 8th power, right? what if, I just want to show you the difference. If someone asked you for what is 2x to the fifth, okay, the difference would be, it's supposed to be a question mark. So before I asked you what's 2x plus 3, if they ask you for what 2x minus 3, all the work is the same, except it alternates signs on the odds. So this would be positive, that'd be negative, that'd be positive, that'd be negative, that'd be positive, that'd be negative. So your answer for this would be 32 x to the fifth minus 240 x to the fourth plus 720 x cubed minus 1080 x squared plus 810x minus 243. Okay? So if there's a minus in between, you just alternate the sign.